Sorry, my brother's sleeping, so I couldn't talk inside. So I'm not sure that I'm sick, but I woke up with a really bad headache and feeling really congested. And the important thing I have to remember about resisting fascistic, white supremacist, colonial capitalism is I'm no good to anybody if I'm unwell. And that's not to say that poor health is a moral failing, because our chronically ill and disabled community members are just as valuable as those of us who are perhaps more able-bodied or not chronically ill. Granted, I am disabled and have chronic issues, but I'm not, for instance, bedridden. I have the ability and luxury of getting up in the morning and getting stuff done outside of my room. And therefore, it is my duty to get stuff done. Community outreach, activism, etc. Taking care of my friends and family. But none of that is possible if I'm also not taking care of myself. So I got up today, I made myself breakfast so I could take strong headache medicine and all of my supplements, because it'll only make me sick to my stomach to take all of that stuff on what I usually eat for breakfast, which is another important lesson that doing focus on community care and resisting fascism and capitalism, eating is important. Nourishing myself is important. It's done incredible things to combat disordered eating that I struggle with. And in that same vein, it's done incredible things to get me to prioritize my health. The fascists want me dead. Screw those losers. So after I took my medicine, I was still having trouble with my head, and I realized I had a lot of buildup of just like congestion and pressure, and I was like, I need a neti pot. It's been a few days since I neti potted. Who knows if I've been exposed to something that could be making me sick. And neti potting is a decent way of trying to combat that. It helps you cleanse out the stuff that gets in there that can make you sick. I also have a lot of allergies and sinus issues, so neti potted, blow my nose. This headache is almost gone. And I realized if I might be getting sick, then I should do even more to try to, fortify my immune system. And the other day, I did research on natural antivirals because medication is already hard to afford. And people in my family are uninsured, including myself. But the earth gives us what we need. And I found a list of natural antivirals, many of which are just herbs we use to season our food. And I realized what we have that I can utilize to boost my immune system, to protect my health. And because we're all neurodivergent, and because I, at least, am suffering from early dementia signs and brain fog because of long COVID, I went ahead and made a reference list, and put it on the fridge. Feeling sick, worried about your health? Here are some things you can do. Here are things that we probably have in the house that you can put in your body to help yourself. This tea is ginger tea with honey and lemon, and I added some fennel and rosemary to it. And I did not expect it to slap as hard as it does. I thought about putting garlic because it's got really good antiviral qualities, but I didn't want something savory-ish right now. But my brother made an amazing concoction. He calls this witch's brew, that had garlic and orange and honey and lemon and rosemary and I think cloves in it, that he was taking multiple times a day because he was sick recently. Earlier today, I was making myself breakfast when my friend called me really upset and needing to talk, so I paused making myself breakfast and talked to her for about 40 minutes. But I realized that my headache was getting worse and I was starting to get weak and have a lot of discomfort from my hunger. So I got us to a point where she was in a better place, and I was like, I need to go take care of myself, because I realized that I was losing the energy I needed to help take care of her. And we have a good relationship, so she was perfectly understanding and was like, yeah, go feed yourself. It's been like 40 minutes since you were supposed to. And that's what ties it all together for me. Taking care of yourself, self-care. It's not about removing yourself from the bad things that are happening. It's not about disassociating. It's not about just comforting yourself, because a lot of bad shit seems to be happening now. A lot of bad shit has always been happening. Self-care is important. It is a strategic tactic to help you survive and to help you be able to serve your communities and help them survive. I'm working as hard as I can to protect my health so that I can help protect the people who are sick and can't help it. I've been working on lifting weights and doing squats and building up my physical stamina and strength as my disabled body will allow me, because there are people who cannot do that, who may need protection. You're not more valuable because you're healthy or strong, but because you may be healthy or strong right now, you have a duty to contribute what you can, to use those blessings to bless others. We are only as strong as our most vulnerable community members, so we must take care of them, and the only way we can continue to do that is if we also are taking care of ourselves. My head feels better, I feel less congested. I'm gonna finish this tea. I'm gonna double check that my mask order that I placed a couple days ago is on the way, because we're running low on KN95s. And now that I'm at a place where I have actual energy to expend, and expending that energy won't be further detrimental to my own health, I'm gonna do the things that I intended to do today. Wash the dishes and clean other parts of the house to help my mom, who supports me and keeps me alive and gives me shelter. Problem solve getting a new mattress into my room, because the one that I have is contributing to chronic pain issues that I have, which is detrimental to my ability to resist, work, fight, survive. I have an opportunity to replace my mattress for free, and that will only help me serve the communities that I'm serving. My brother and I need to go buy some tools that we've been needing so that we can do work to support ourselves. And the work we do helps the environment, because we are trying to minimize waste in our area. And when we're able to make money, we always support local businesses. And when we're able to make money, we have better mental health and energy and fuel in our bodies to further serve our communities. Also, now that I'm feeling better, I'm able to make videos like this. I have other videos that I need to make today that are sharing resources and trying to help other people, because all we have is each other. We have been resisting things like this for centuries. Indigenous people, Black people, queer people, disabled people, women, trans people, workers, immigrants. We have been resisting fascistic, white supremacist colonialism, Lord, that's hard to say, for centuries. And so many of us have survived. And change has been made. If it's happened before, it can happen now, and it'll happen again. Not the bad stuff necessarily, but there will always be bad stuff. But the good stuff has happened before, the good stuff is happening now, and the good stuff will happen in the future. Radical optimism and community connection is our only way out. When they want us hopeless and isolated, those are our only ways out. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. I believe in us.